of your company. This is the Prime TV main news at 19:15 hours. The headlines. FRA directed to release more maize to millers in an effort to stabilize mini meal prices. Eastern Province Permanent Secretary apologizes to farmers in Lusangazi district for poor delivery of farming imports. About 100 families left devastated in Chongwe's Kapwayambale ward due to heavy rains. In global news, France recalls ambassador to Burkina Faso. These and more stories after this message. Kombe Chimpinde Mataka is our analyst tonight. With the main news in detail, I'm Hebet Mutabi. The Zambian government has directed the Food Reserve Agency, FRA, to release 200,000 metric tons of maize to millers in a bid to stabilize mini meal prices. Commerce, Trade and Industry Minister Chipoka Mulenga, who addressed the media on Thursday, says that the commodity must be accessible to meet high demand on the market. Mr. Mulenga says that the government is also alive to the fact that increasing demand for maize in neighboring countries is among factors contributing to skyrocketing prices in the country's staple food.
But as a government of the Republic of Zambia, we have enough stock, and we have directed the Food Reserve Agency to release in excess of 200,000 metric tons of maize to the millers. Every miller, small, medium, large-scale miller, and medium miller, to have access to the maize at 4 kwacha per ton from the Food Reserve Agency. This is seeing the availability of the commodity to start being accessed on the market, and this will see that even the price translates to the affordable rates for the Zambian people. Because we have seen where the traders could sell at a price far beyond 5 kwacha and more at that rate, while at Food Reserve Agency, I must address the nation that we are selling it at 4 kwacha.
About 100 houses have collapsed in Chongwe's Kapwayambale ward after heavy rains in the recent days, leaving some families devastated. The affected residents, who include women and children, are now calling on the government to move in quickly with alternative solutions before lives are lost. Meanwhile, the Kapwayambale Ward Development Committee says it has engaged the Disaster Management and Mitigation Unit, DMMU, to supply tents and food supplies to the most hit families. Here's a report.
This is Kapwayambale Ward, right off Angwere Road. The road itself may be looking as poshy as you see it, but down inside here, there's misery. What you see, hundreds of houses have collapsed as a result of heavy rains that have been experienced in the last few days. Residents are now crying to the government through the Disaster Management and Mitigation Unit, DMMU, to look into their plight.
Kapwayambale Ward is a densely populated area under Chongwe constituency, but administratively in Lusaka. These people are said to have settled here to be nearby farms which were hiring laborers from nearby areas, but with time, uncoordinated planning has mushroomed that even toilets are built where water sources are. While that may be the case, there are worries of accommodation and food supplies after they were devastated by heavy rains experienced in the last few days.
So,
usiku. Nina wana watatu. Wanaende waliko. Kwa sira tingopempa kwa tabeta ndinsi.
Mtonga is another victim whose house collapsed in the middle of the night. He blames the disaster to lack of proper planning, as anyone can put up a structure anywhere.
Ni machani ya jama maofensi yani wana manga kuja. Because wanavalira manzi kuja, manzi siyapita, siyaenda kuli konse manzi. so zapemba chabe boma izatiranganako ti boma itiranganeko mamene ingatitandizire kuli bamene bama offense aba again kuli ma victim ya manyumba ya.
Harold Ngwale is Kapoyambale Ward Development Committee chairperson. He shares the promises that those in authority have made since the disaster struck here.
Over this disaster, that we are trying to find, for now, a short-term solution to uplift the situation in which these people are. That is by engaging DMMU, which have promised to bring in tents. So yes, from the side of government, they have responded. So we are on the planning phase or stage, if we may put it like that.
This reporter has also confirmed that most children in this area are not enrolled into school, despite the government providing free education in public schools. Feces are visibly mixing with running water, in which children are stepping their feet.
It remains unclear if this situation will be addressed for once. Elias Limanya for Prime TV News in Lusaka.
Close to 500 villagers may be displaced by what the Nkomesha chiefdom describes as illegal demarcation of land for personal use by the Zambia Army in Muzembera village of Chongwe in Mikango near the barracks. Senior Chieftainess in Nkomesha Mukamambo II says that the local people are not allowed to be displaced. Dialogue has since begun between the royal establishment, the Zambia Army and other authorities, with Princess Cholwe Nkomesha emphasizing that the land in Mikango is not state but customary and belongs to the chiefdom. Here's a report.
This is a media engagement by the Wusoli royal establishment to maintain that they will not back down to defend their land. This is because Muzembela is not state land, but a village under Nkomesha chiefdom in Chongwe. They accuse particular Zambia Army officers of being behind the illicit demarcation of land since 2014 for personal gain.
Because villages are not demarcated, they're not made into plots. And that was our aim. We wanted to have a meeting with all the army officers, senior army officers, the Ministry of Lands, the Surveyor General's office, so that we can talk about this issue, because it is a moral issue. It affects our people. People will be displaced.
Headman Muzembela has just been released from police cells over the matter.
But chini dabusa kuti nkale amirandi iwo vanabwera mu 1972 ife tinankhalapo kuchokera 1964 vakaunda vatenga independence but vaami vanatipezapo so lero vayamba kukamba kuti nyamirandi nanga ife kumene tizankhala kuti kwamene tizankhala so ini chamenecho chamene chativuta maningi ku land yathu na masoja.
The vice chairperson of the Nkomesha Royal Lands Committee says the people will be alert and protect their land.
Our people will keep vigil, and they will protect their right to land by whatever means within their power. And of course, this is no endorsement of violence. We do not endorse violence. We're not saying this is going to be a violent engagement. In the second place, the position of the royal establishment is that we're not fighting the government, we're not fighting the army. This is about individual officers of the army who are trying to circumnavigate the law to selfishly aggrandize themselves.
I'm hearing that for the first time, that Zambia police are looking for the people that were at the site. They shouldn't look too far. We are here. I am one of those that was there. The task force were there. The people in the village were there. They should come to the royal establishment.
How long will this stalemate go on? Only time will tell. Logic Lukwanda, Prime TV News, Chongwe.
Eastern Province Permanent Secretary Paul Tole has apologized to farmers in Lusangazi District, Eastern Province, for the poor delivery of farming imports this season. He states that the government takes blame for the late delivery of inputs in the province, which he attributes to technicalities on the list of beneficiaries that took time to control. The PS was speaking during a meeting with farmers in Lusangazi district on Thursday. Details in this report.
Farmers in Lusangazi district of Eastern Province are complaining over the poor growth of their crops due to the late delivery of government-subsidized fertilizer under the Farmer Input Support Program, FISIP. The farmers say that most crops, especially maize, has failed completely due to the late application of fertilizer, stating that more people in the area will experience hunger this year. Speaking when Eastern Province Permanent Secretary Port Tole visited the area, Headman Chimbete of Chief Nyampande's area said that government should consider supplying the inputs early this year to avoid a similar situation.
Inkani ya ulimi tuyamikira mweba boma bankani ya agriculture fertilizer mutipasa koma kapasidwe kadilini straight fertilizer ufunika mulimi wa shanga fertilizer yawera ili mnganda lomba chuchitika mulimi wa shanga fertilizer yuone kalini pano patunena tete tishanga vincherere vafululuka fertilizer ikuza lomba chizibikire ni njala munjira mwamwa pita minda mwayaona vincherere mvisweta alenga ni bani ni mwewa boma tutandaula mwaichi so chino chaka njala nione kamenso mpenya tupempa kuli mwewa boma mutikumbukire nkani ya njala.
And Eastern Province Permanent Secretary Port Tole has apologized to the farmers for the late delivery of the inputs, stating that government will improve on the distribution of fertilizer in the next farming season.
Maminda inyinji nyana pita mo njara chaka shama niwe o chaka chi niwe nyaka pen ni chendei lekani tivumere ukalakwa wala kwa siteto kuliye kupita na mbali tilio chitebwino ngati boma tivumere kulakwa kwaso chino chaka tilio chitebwino kunkhani ya ulimi tangolowa mboma niye chaka chasu choyapo tati chonde tipepesi mutikulukire chaka chukuza tichitebwino kumbali ya ulimi FISIP.
The Permanent Secretary has however promised the people in the area that government will start delivering relief food to the area next week. Christopher Basilio Banda, Prime TV News in Lusangazi district of Eastern Province.
We now go for a break. Stay tuned.
All right, I'll call you. Thank you. Okay, let's talk Office Smart. Don't be like that guy. Be Office Smart. Embrace new technology. Be Office Smart. Save time. Create value in different areas of your business.
One, two, three, and action. Hey! Boss,
Your power supply shouldn't be interrupted. Always have Plan B, alternative source of power. Be Office Smart. Improve efficiency and productivity. Mobile City, the phone's paradise.
Hey!
Paying your bills the old way.
Let's go. Just need to buy some power.
Paying your bills with the My Airtel app.
Bro, there's a line.
You have the power in your pocket. The power to instantly pay your bills hassle-free. Unlock that power with the My Airtel app. Visit the App Store or Google Play now.
Oh, you're back.
We are currently on the clock here. Mary is a busy working woman. She doesn't have all the time in the world to get this done.
The clock says she has a 30-minute window to get to Unify, get her loan, sneak in a quick lunch, and head back to the office. We were told that in this league, you don't need collateral.
Indeed. Back to Mary. It seems she's entered the field now.
Brilliant. She's reaching in for her papers now. She has all three in tow. The NRC, the payslip, the bank statement has also been presented. Something is happening. I can see smiling. A handshake. Unbelievable.
It's a law.
Got pressure, fix it one time.
It's cleared with 10 minutes left on the clock. Mary with the shot one time. Name on the loan. You have to feel that despite everything happening right now, this is her moment.
I need a bank that can help me sort out my children's school requirements quick.
Vanabupe, I'll pay you back your money this month end. Just give me some time. I need to get a loan as soon as possible. I wish I had a gas stove. Cooking would be so much easier. I need to find a loan with affordable interest rates.
Vamulenga, I hope you have not forgotten that the wedding for our brother Chanda is this Saturday. We need that money.
Yeah, wow. Where can I find some money quickly?
Looking for a quick solution? Don't worry. Kasove fast, na not quick. Get an instant salary-backed loan with NatSave. With low interest rates, we are here to help you. Kukasova fast kapresha.
We continue with the news. Zambia National Service Commander Lieutenant General Maliti Solochi says the service is working to ensure that quality works are done during the reconstruction of the Chiwena Bridge on the Mumbwa Landless Corner Road. He was speaking when he inspected works at the bridge, which was cut off last week owing to heavy rains. Details in the following report.
Construction works on the partly washed away Chiwena Bridge along the Mumbwa Landless Corner Road are steadily progressing, with the Zambia National Service on the ground to ensure a temporal structure is put in place to allow for the flow of traffic.
What we are doing here, actually, after the wash away of the bridge, currently we are actually constructing a temporal acro bridge, which is a belly bridge. And that is actually an immediate remedial measure to just make sure that there is passage of traffic.
Zambia National Service Commander Lieutenant General Maliti Solochi has taken time to inspect the works being carried out here and wants the work to be of high quality.
Okay. This time around, like we discussed last time, you have to look at the culverts. Yes. Yeah, the culverts are very, very cardinal, and this is what could have caused this problem. We don't want to come here, we waste resources like the way we are doing. You know, we have to account for every pen, for every ngwe, for which is due to the Zambians, so that we don't do the same work time and again. You know, once we do the work, we must do it once and for all, and we must put all our effort, all our energies, all our brains, all our thinking in it, so that when it comes out, we don't have anyone to blame, even those who are coming to certify the work. You know, when we give a contractor, ZNS, Chief of Land Development Branch, the owner of all this equipment, when you give him a contract, when you are signing the completion certificate, make sure that the work is done to the minutest.
Central Province Permanent Secretary Muna Manakampwe is not happy with some contractors that have deserted works in the past and sends a warning.
We will speak about this bridge, but we'll also speak about some other bridges. Was it you, General? It was him. We were talking about the Mukushi River Bridge. The Belly Bridge is abandoned in the grass. A contractor has gone and paid. What is going on?
Even this road was not paid.
This road, a contractor was paid and it's abandoned.
Yeah.
What's going on? There's need for us to help people account for the demerits of their actions, and we shall help them. And we'll begin in Central Province. That one we shall not compromise. We'll close our eyes and we'll do that which is right before the eyes of the people.
We need to do a better job so that the government's money is not just wasted. We cannot afford to be coming here, year in, year out.
Completion of works here is expected in the next 11 days, after which plans to construct a permanent bridge will commence. Also at Kafuanka, Prime TV News in Mumbwa, Central Province.
A medical doctor at the University Teaching Hospital, Chisha Ichilema, has confirmed before the Lusaka Magistrate Court that the first accused person, Precious Nkonika's baby, died shortly after delivery. Dr. Ichilema says he delivered Precious's baby on 29th April 2022 through an operation that took about 57 minutes, and the baby weighed 1 kilogram, but later died as it was below the normal birth weight. He was speaking when he testified in a matter where Precious is accused of child stealing contrary to the laws of Zambia. Namangolwa Mundia has more.
A medical doctor who has been practicing for more than 10 years and attached to the University Teaching Hospital, UTH, for 2 years, Chisha Ichilema has told Lusaka Magistrate Crispin Hampungani that he delivered the first accused person, Precious Nkunika's baby, on 29th April 2022 through an operation that had lasted about 57 minutes. Dr. Ichilema says Precious was brought into the hospital theater ward around 06 hours, and an hour later she delivered an underweight baby that weighed 1 kg, leading to its death shortly afterwards, a medical condition he referred to as below normal birth weight. And in cross-examination, Dr. Ichilema was asked in what condition Precious was brought in the operation room, to which he responded that he can't recall but is sure that she was alive as he does not conduct operations on dead patients. The doctor was then shown a slip admitted before the court as part of evidence, and he was asked to read and explain what it entails, to which he stated that it was a UTH discharge slip showing the names of patient as Madaliso Banda and the date being 5th May 2022, explaining that the said discharge slip suggests that the mother to the 10-days-old baby who was stolen from UTH D block was discharged on the said date. In this matter, Precious stands accused of child stealing, which is contrary to the laws of Zambia, as allegations suggest that a 10-days-old baby that went missing from UTH D block was found in her custody after her own baby died a few days earlier. Precious is jointly charged with 5 others that include her mother, hospital maids, and hospital nutritionists. The others are charged for child stealing and harboring, as other allegations state that Precious bought the said 10-days-old baby from the hospital maids with the help of the nutritionists and took it to her mother for safekeeping. Magistrate Hampungani has since urged the prosecution team to exhaust all witnesses quickly. This is to ensure progress in this matter, and he has also adjourned it to a later date for continuation of trial. Reporting for Prime Television News in Lusaka, Namangolwa Mundia.
Measles has broken out at Malowa village in Chief Mwanjabantu's area of Petauke district of Eastern Province, where 2 confirmed cases have been reported. Petauke District Medical Officer Dr. Helen Nyangu confirmed the development during a meeting with Eastern Province Permanent Secretary Paul Tole in the area. She says that there are other unconfirmed cases of children who have been isolated for treatment within the community. Details in the following report.
Petauke District in Eastern Province has recorded 2 confirmed cases of measles, with other children isolated after showing symptoms of the disease. This came to light when Eastern Province Permanent Secretary Paul Tole visited the district to appreciate some of the developmental projects under the Constituency Development Fund, CDF. Petauke District Commissioner Martha Mulenga said that the disease has affected several children in Malowa village of Chieftainess Mwanjabantus area.
Under health, we have an outbreak of measles with 2 cases confirmed in Kaungwe constituency. But currently the situation is on control. A team under Ministry of Health has been put up and immunization is being done in those areas.
Petauke District Medical Officer Dr. Helen Nyangu said that the situation is currently under control, adding that the 2 confirmed cases have since recovered, while those isolated after showing mild symptoms of measles are being treated.
And the project was actually looking into opening up an area where we could possibly isolate and manage the cases from within the community, for if the numbers continue to increase. But at the moment, the cases that we have are those that are very mild symptoms, and they are being managed from their homes with our health personnel going in to check on these cases on a daily basis. Yes, and as of today, most of the children are improving and the symptoms are not getting worse. Those are the ones that have suspected disease. Otherwise, the 2 confirmed cases have actually recovered even as we speak.
And Eastern Province Permanent Secretary Potole stressed the need to quickly contain the disease before it spreads to other areas.
The outbreak of measles at Malowa village is sad, and I'm glad that you acted timely to resolve the problem. The intervention of calling in the health personnel. Doc, are we managing the situation that it will be contained?
So far, we haven't had any reports from the neighboring villages. So I'd like to believe that it's contained at the moment.
It's contained.
And especially that the numbers of suspected cases or even is not increasing by the day.
Measles is a viral infection which spreads through the air by respiratory droplets produced from coughing or sneezing, and the disease is serious for small children, but it is easily preventable by a vaccine. Christopher Basilio Banda, Prime TV News in Petauke District of Eastern Province.
Mazaboga District Health Office has embarked on fighting non-communicable diseases in Mazaboga District by taking free medical checkups as communities are being advised on various health matters. Mazaboga District Health Promotion Officer Pauline Chinungi says that the district will replicate the program on a quarterly basis. We have a report just now.
Concerned with communicable diseases around the district, Minister of Health in Mazaboga District has conducted free medical checkups of members of the community in different locations of the central business. The checkups were done on weight and height, as well as a distribution of condoms free of charge. Mazaboga District Health Promotion Officer Pauline Chilapala states the program was to be done quarterly henceforward.
The program is aimed at raising awareness in the community on the importance of knowing their weights in regards to the non-communicable diseases. In an event that one is found to be overweight or obese, the nutritionist is advising the community members on the major changes that need to be done in regard to their lifestyle and diets. So we're encouraging the community members to take interest in knowing their weights and on how to go about their diets to make a few changes in regards to the prevention of non-communicable diseases. So one might ask what non-communicable diseases are. These includes diabetes and hypertension, which come as a result of usually lifestyle and poor diets.
Community members were checked and advised accordingly on either to reduce or increase weight in response to non-communicable diseases. They have since appreciated the services of the Ministry of Health.
At least they are advising us on a lot of things, such as the diet which you should have, and practically living well, eating greens, reducing on dangerous meats, So I would advise everybody actually to go through. They'll also advise generally when they just it takes a short period of time, then they'll advise you on the types of foods you should be eating.
You can know where you are and what you are doing in your life. The test, it shows that if you are sick somehow, they can control you here. And they can show you the diet that you are supposed to follow, the way they have showed me here. So I've known my status actually, and I'm happy to know where I am.
And so far, to my surprise, I'm found to be underweight. Yeah, so I'm told I shouldn't be skipping meals like I always do, more especially I skip breakfast. But now that I've known where I am and what I should do, and I'm thankful to whoever has come up with this initiative. It's so beneficial, more especially to me.
Regular checkups would help victims seek means of fighting diseases such as diabetes, among other diseases. Kasala Wanda, Prime TV News, in Mazabuka district of Southern Province.
We go for another break. Keep watching.
And now introducing Appy in a can. Have an happy day.
The Lusaka Business and Technical College Management Board is now enrolling for January 2023 in the following programs: Diploma in Secretarial and Office Management, TVETA, Diploma in Computer Science with Education, ECZ, Diploma in Purchasing and Supply, ZIPS, Diploma in Computer Sciences, TVETA, Diploma in Teaching Methodology, ECZ, Diploma in Design and Technology with Education, ECZ. Other courses are Electrical Engineering, Automotive Engineering, Automotive Electrical and Electronics, Water Supply and Sanitation Operations, Electronics System Maintenance and Repair, Heavy Duty Equipment Repair. We also have General Hospitality, Food Production, Hairdressing and Cosmetology, Front Office, Housekeeping, Food and Beverage, and Tailoring, Cutting and Design. For more information on how you can apply, you can call or send your results and NRC via WhatsApp on 0971 528420 or 0976 691466. Or you can email marketing@lbtc.ac.zm or visit our website at www.lbtc.ac.zm. Lusaka Business and Technical College, commitment to excellence.
Apply to study at the Zambian Open University, which prides itself on being the first indigenous private university in Zambia with a long tradition of academic excellence and leadership. It offers a wide range of market-driven programs. The Zambian Open University has been classified among the topmost universities in Zambia, graded in Tier 1 by the Higher Education Authority. Programs are offered through open and distance learning and full-time study. We offer the highest quality of education at affordable fees. Apply now to join the January 2023 intake. Phone or WhatsApp any of the following numbers: Academic Office at 0957 831 980 or 0766 717133. The Learner Support Office at 077 2024 084. The Business Development Office at 0977 525 913 or email admissions@zaou.ac.zm or learnersupport@zaou.ac.zm or visit our website at www.zaou.ac.zm or visit our Facebook page, the Zambian Open University, University Without Walls.
Welcome back. The Zambian government has made strides in ensuring that service delivery is brought closer to the people through decision-making using the improved Constituency Development Fund CDF. This is seen from construction of a mother's shelter at Sikongo District Hospital. Details in the following report.
This is the state of the mother's shelter at Sikongo District Hospital in Western Province. Built from mud and pole, the structure has no ventilation, no proper flow. Women in the area have since called on the government to expedite the construction of the modern mother shelter, which is currently underway.
Abapiri hande pakisakuli sipangauti kisidisimu kumane havana basali ni vana nakaofera kakuli baba kumane hanga pasipangauti kwa bangata ne kambe kwakona hala kambe sinamo makazi ku yasipangauti sincha kuli babe kuli basali vana babe ni marumu zabona kupa kwasipata sana kuwezeza kwateni hande kuliuze hande na vana ni bututu ni babakula.
Meanwhile, Sikongo District Director of Health, Dr. Cloud Chipoya, has expressed delight at the positive strides that will be achieved with the completion of this mother shelter.
This mother shelter will at least alleviate the challenges that people are facing when coming to access health services in the facilities. And also it will reduce on maternal deaths where people delay coming to the facility because they are unable to have a conducive environment. And
District Works Supervisor Krion Polomoka says works at 90% towards completion.
This project, the total cost is 350,000, and the level at which the works, I would say that this is 90% because what it is bringing just fittings and painting.
Western Province Minister Kapelamba Ngweta, who was in the area to inspect on government projects, says the construction of the maternity annex and mother shelter are some of the fruits of giving power of decision to the people through CDF.
That is a typical example of what we mean by decentralization and the impact of decisions made locally by the people. So from what we saw, the temporal building, and now the new building. Imagine the impact it will have on a person who would have stayed in the old one and now to come and stay in the new one, which is connected to power.
The mother shelter is being constructed at a total cost of 350,000, and it is expected to reduce on home deliveries by expectant mothers. Markers, Brian Sakwita, reporting for Prime TV News in Sikongo District in Western Province.
The Chingola Municipal Council has set aside 2 million kwacha for the construction of a modern shelter at Chiwempala Market on the Copperbelt province. Chingola Mayor Johnson Kangombe, who confirmed the development, has also indicated that the council has approved a budget of 167 million kwacha from the locally generated revenue. He adds that the move is an indication that the local authority is using public resources it is collecting from its clients prudently. We have more in the following report.
Chiwempala Market in Chingola remains one of the biggest trading area in the district. Busy and big as it may be, its current state is far much to the desire of the traders here. It is for this reason that the traders are appealing to government to consider them with a modern shelter.
Pano pachiwempala market chuchawama sana ichitenga chikafumira kwa akasiwa ukufika kumalasha pakuchibonza tukabe pamo bafama one side na ifo one side bonza tukolesha fimo vine ngafyabombe fiba meya nishumwa chitabwino ifo fine mgwaina chilalanda twalokwa sana ngenkumba ifo kwana tulefu a modern market twachula ne market batukulira ko market ituntulu.
Following these concerns, Chingola Municipal Council has set aside funds for the construction of a modern shelter, as Chingola Municipal Council Mayor now shares more details.
Chiwempala tuite ate capital city ya Chingola. So capital city ya Chingola tafire ile monekefi. So ngaba council twalipisha budget ya 167 million kwacha for this year. Omo Chiwempala market ishelter twala bapangira pano na matelazo panshi na tubapela 2 million kwacha. Kupela contractor apange shelter okufuma kuno ukuyafika kulya. Abantu besu ifibale epitamo ufala obale epitamo ala banifala owala sitabaka mumone ukukulo kwa balelo kwa tabakalo kwekwe infula ileisa tabakalo kweko.
Some traders here have expressed their jubilation on the move taken.
So ifwe tuletotera kubuteko mlandu wako batitwachula opo tuambira okulo kwa ifwe kale abanesu ubuteko bwaliko bali tushefine tulelo kwa market yonse bali fimba nga batuwamishana sheota ifwe nishtwaba bwino. So ifwe tuletotera kubuteko twatotera nakuli bameya abe mishokulu kwa okusa Chiwempala market kwena bameya lero babomba ifi bayisa mukulanda pali market babomba bantu market twalo kwa imyaka shafura ba PF badisha yaba 15 so nombe fa UPND babomba ebuteko batu bose kwa mari pali market bantu mu emufuma impatient muno mu Chiwempala bantu ino ni main market so bashitabuno ba UPND batu iminikira ko market itunturu bwino.
It therefore remains the hope of these traders that the modern shelter will come their way as promised. Reporting for Prime TV News, Derek Chitiamba in Chingola, Copperbelt Province.
Green Economy and Environment Minister Collins Nzovu, who is also Nangoma constituency Member of Parliament, has moved in to stop the illegal sale of land in Sanje Forest, situated around the Mumbwa Zaf area. The minister says it is unfortunate that some government officials are allegedly participating in buying the land which belongs to the state. Matthews Ndandula has details in the following report.
Minister of Green Economy and Environment, Honorable Collins Nzovu, has moved in to stop the illegality of selling forest land by either chiefs or by the residents. Speaking when he visited Sanje Forest land located at Zambia Air Force Base in Mumbwa, the minister says all those doing such should immediately stop. According to the minister, some top government officials are said to have participated in buying land here at Zaf Base Forest land.
Actually, there is selling of land here. It's in a forest. To my fellow citizens, please do not easily be misled. Nobody should start selling you land which does not belong to them. Encroachment in our forest, called the Sanje Forest. It's a forest in extent of 10,800 hectares. This forest also houses Mumbwa Zaf. The Mumbwa base is right in the forest. The issues we have here is that obviously there's encroachment, but we wanted to make it very, very categorical, certain that people who may want to settle here, they may be doing it illegally. Not they may be doing it, actually they're doing it illegally. This is a gazetted forest. This is government land. It's not under any chiefdom whatsoever. I know there are neighboring chiefdoms of Shakumbila and Mumba. It's not under them. It's under the forestry department. And as long as it's still a gazetted forest, no one can obtain land from here. Not even the council can sit.
He said chiefs will be invited for a meeting where they will be shown boundaries where all protected forest land ends.
All the beacons to show the exact extent of our land. So the beacons will be marked. Then the chiefs surrounding this area will be invited to a meeting where we show them our boundaries. This goes to all protected forests in the country. Following a meeting with the Minister of Defense, following a meeting with General Barry, the commander at ZAF, we agreed to work very closely together. It's the reason why we are with Colonel Piri, who is in charge of Mumbwa base. He will be working very closely with my director here, the director of forestry, to see how we manage this forest better. It's in the interest of ZAF for any expansion, for their security operations.
Matthews Dandla for Prime TV News in Mumbwa, Central Province.
Government says about $100 million has been sourced to rehabilitate the dilapidated Mporokoso-Nsama Road in Northern Province. Youth, Sports and Arts Minister Elvis Nkandu disclosed this to Prime TV News. The road has been in a bad condition for some time, leading to challenges for mainly motorists using the road that connects the two districts. Here's a report.
It links Mporokoso and Nsama district in Northern Province. The current state of the Mporokoso-Nsama Road attracts government attention as it needs to be rehabilitated for the betterment of the traveling public, especially in the two districts.
You and me, I think we are moving together, so we are able to attest to the fact that there was nothing that was invested in the roads, especially in the northern region. There is nothing that the PF has done in Northern Province in terms of roads or road network. I think we have a lot to do. That's why the Zambian people need to be very patient with us. We have really inherited a broken economy. There is no money, and we are struggling now to make sure that we mobilize resources so that we can do these roads. We went to Chirubi, the roads are bad. You go to Mpulungu, the roads are bad. Everywhere the roads are bad. So sometimes you feel like, which roads were they filming? Were they filming some roads in other countries that they used to show us, or something? You don't understand.
Minister of Youth, Sport and Arts Elvis Nkandu says government has sourced funds from the World Bank so that the road can be rehabilitated.
What is happening now is that the government has sourced funds from the World Bank, close to about $100 million, which will do the road now from Mporokoso via Nsama and obviously to Nsumbu and Kasaba Bay. As we open up the tourism in the northern sector, one of the roads that we are looking at is this same road which comes from Mporokoso via Nsama, also via Nsumbu and to Kasaba Bay. The road network has not been done by the PFH, by the regime. So it is up to us now. Those are gone, but we just want to refer to it because there are a lot of people that do not want to refer to the previous regime. You can only go forward when you look back. So we are looking back that nothing was done.
Kwalambota, Mwanangombe, Prime TV News, Nsama District, Northern Province.
We go for another break. Stay tuned.
Have you noticed how Sharon is glowing lately?
I think it's our clothing.
This has been happening to Sharon ever since she started using Aloha washing powder. Introducing Aloha washing powder with OxyBleach technology that releases bubbles of oxygen that break down stains, and with fragrance encapsulation technology containing microcapsules that burst when you move, keeping your clothes smelling fresh long after the wash. Aloha washing powder. Say hello to fresh.
When I wake up in the morning, I have no worries because my babies are safe. I always use Malaika baby diapers. I love Malaika baby diapers because they are found in all supermarkets countrywide. They are 100% cotton, super absorbent, comes in 3 different packages. Trust Malaika baby diapers for your baby.
Trust Malaika baby diapers for your baby. For orders, call us on 0970-744177. Alternatively, 0964099309. Malaika baby diapers. Safety is our concern.
Kenya, I see old blocks shaking and crumbling in Kenya.
The reason as to why we do not see much of it is because so many people, these things happen to them just accidentally, and so they do not know how to master them and increase them. But there's a measure that can actually start impacting on you.
There is not any man, prophet, psychic, whatever you may call them, that has stood in front of masses and has been that detailed and that specific about things year in, year out, and you have seen them before you.
Prophet Elvis Mbonye, the prophet with an unmatched record of prophetic fulfillment.
Big dreams. You can't just wait for it. You have to push yourself. A big dream in life requires an even bigger university. The good news is that the University of Africa is offering the biggest education promotion ever in Africa, from 25% to 60% full program scholarship or discount to cater for everyone. The promotion is valid for 80 days with limited spaces available in the following programs: Bachelor of Business Administration, various specializations, Bachelor of Social Work and Development Studies, Bachelor of Public Administration, Bachelor of Laws, Bachelor of Occupational Health and Safety Environment, Bachelor of Sustainable Health and Environmental Studies, Bachelor of Health Service Management, Bachelor of Human Resource Management, Bachelor of Marketing Management, Bachelor of Primary Education, Bachelor of Secondary Education, various specializations, and more. At the University of Africa, we enroll throughout the year, and you can start at any time. To apply, WhatsApp or call +260 779 234984. Remember, it's 25 to 60% discount. University of Africa. Grow, prosper, excel.
The Head Teachers Association of Zambia has argued that the current Zambian school curriculum does not give answers to the aspirations of the community. Association General Secretary Kenneth Mulea says this calls for measures to devise a system that will help solve economic challenges for developing countries like Zambia. And Mr. Mulea has called on all public schools to accept pupils emanating from private schools.
With the growth of employment in Zambia, it is clear that not all citizens can be in formal employment. This has led to various stakeholders to call for a need to project the entrepreneurship tone. In this line, Head Teachers Association of Zambia says the current school curriculum does not address the aspiration of this modern generation.
The current curriculum does not answer to the aspirations of society. Most of the learners that are coming out of our schools are thinking of the white-collar job because their education is almost general. It is pointing towards these learners going into some universities to go and pursue a program that will make them look for employment soon after training. But we need to review so that to reform our curriculum to a level where we have more of the vocational subjects being offered.
He says economies in the world are surviving even on the production of fume, and this sector should not be underestimated.
As Head Teachers Association, our view is that we would like to grow the arts to a level where we can compete internationally. In our travels as Head Teachers Association, we have had an opportunity to see some of the countries like Botswana stage schools arts festivals before a match, a major match. We don't do that in our country. If there is a football match, we could actually run sports together with the arts so that both are seen to be marketed.
Production units in schools have been encouraged by President Hakainde Hichilema and has raised the stone on the need to venture into agriculture. This is Lusaka Boys Garden, which has different vegetables. The pupils are the ones taking up the mantle in order to gain experience that they may make them entrepreneurship in the future. Jones Chidikazi, Prime TV News, Lusaka.
Zambia Congress of Trade Unions, ZCTU Secretary General Joy Bene, has called for unity in the trade unions in the country, stressing that the environment has been created by the government. He was speaking during the opening of the Zambia National Union of Health and Allied Workers Quadrennial Conference in Kabwe on Thursday.
You will be ushered today. I can tell you the environment is now good. We can say the harvest is ready. All what we need is those people to go and do the harvest. The new Dawn government has made the environment to be perfect. There is no interference anymore. Those who had the privilege to be in Livingstone, when the CTU had their own quads, there was no government interference. In the previous regime, you could see a number of PSs, you could see a number of cadres trying to interfere and bring their own people. But this one, we want openly to say that is the way to go. However, we need also to take this opportunity to tell New Dawn government that when you decide to interfere, this time around, we have been there. We were taken to Calvary by PF government. We were crucified, and we have come back, and we have put immune boosted in terms of our leadership. So what we are saying, if what the New Dawn government will be telling us, if they say this is color white, and according to us it is color black, we shall tell them, wait a minute, this is not white.
Green Economy and Environment Permanent Secretary Joseph Msumoko says that the government is making progress in ensuring that policies are in place to fight climate change. He notes that in 2016, the government formulated policy change in support and coordinated response to addressing climate change, which is being implemented by several stakeholders. And a global network for civil society organizations for disaster reduction, DNR, has called for collaborative efforts in the fight against climate change as it borders on health. Here's a report.
Government and the civil society have continued collaborating efforts in combating climate change in the country. Minister of Green Economy and Environment Permanent Secretary Joseph Msumoko notes that the civil society plays a critical role in ensuring climate change adaptation and implementation in the country. He said this in a speech read for him by Director at the Ministry, Ephraim Shitima, when he officiated at a climate change workshop organized by the Global Network for Civil Society Organizations for Disaster Reduction, GDNR, in Lusaka today.
Government recognizes the important role the civil society plays in addressing climate change, and we are grateful for your efforts. A vibrant civil society plays a key role in advocating for interventions by government and other stakeholders, and this is the role that you continue to play, for which we are grateful. Ladies and gentlemen, most, if not all of you, who acknowledge that our country is making steady progress in ensuring that an enabling policy environment is put in place to address this challenge. This includes reviewing the national policy on climate change, which I alluded to earlier, as it
Meanwhile, GDNR National Coordinator Olivia Zulu has called for collaborative efforts across sectors, including health, in the fight against climate change.
Climate change is what is causing most of the disasters. If you check around the country, we have floods, we have droughts, and all those issues are emanating as a result of climate change. And that is why, as GNDR also, we are looking at an inclusive response. I don't want to talk about a participatory response, but an inclusive response is where we are looking at different stakeholders, including the Ministry of Health.
Meanwhile, Life Initiative Change says climate change is also affecting the health of the people in communities as viruses and bacteria have changed their pattern.
We have had a lot of floods, and we have had a lot of changes in temperature which have really affected the growth and the multiplication of microorganisms. In such, the issues of COVID has come because of the same extreme heat. Why? Because the virus has changed its pattern. At the end of the day, we've now started looking COVID as something which is a very big threat to our health.
The climate change workshop organized by GDNR has brought together several civil society organizations and government as a policymaker to ponder on more ways of combating the virus. Fumbe Chanda, Prime TV News, Lusaka.
The Rural Electrification Authority, REA, and the Chiwombo Town Council have signed a memorandum of understanding that will see the electrification of 36 public institutions in Katuba constituency. This is part of the implementation of the Priority Rural Electrification Projects, PREPs. Speaking at the signing ceremony in Chiwombo on Thursday, REA Chief Executive Officer Linus Chanda said that the MOU is a first of 40 that the authority intends to sign with local authorities in the country. In Katuba constituency, the MOU seeks to culminate in the electrification of the initially identified 36 public institutions at a cost of about 100 million kwacha. Just now, we go for our final break. On the other side, we'll have a news analysis with Kombe Chimpinde Mataka. Keep watching.
Uniteto Industries presents Teto Agro, comprising stockfeed lime and agricultural lime. The wide range of Teto stockfeed lime, where the coarse grit of fine lime enhances the good health and growth of your livestock, be it poultry, piggery, and many more. On the other hand, calcitic and dolomitic lime are the best agricultural solutions that creates a steady balance and improvement of the health of your soils, increasing crop resistance to diseases for greater harvests. Get affordable lime. Call us on 0211-286064 or WhatsApp 09755-79558. Email info@uniteto.com or visit the website www.uniteto.com. Teto Agro Lime. Lime your fields, get better yields. By Uniteto Industries.
Abalomba ni flokala Taiki Maison. Ni matamanga na kunyamla simbi. Nkani ya jimu na yambali. Simbi wimya. Mimba nayo li ndundundundu. Ngatu wa mwamleza. Atotapikilo ni muno. Mulipe saizi simbi tamunyamu na soa. Ashitotamba mibabi. Tia kulagiza. Lomba sito veka. Amkati. Uone kawaponja. Ufunika. Silver Power Mojo Energy Drink, the magic that energizes. Lomba uchito sopola, uchito gazela. Ule anuele upane film, mama fansu kulumba na nitini mamojo. Mojo, mojo, mojo minigi ya chikatapa zeli. Silver Power Mojo Energy Drink. Finishing in Mojo.
Mwashuke nwa sister.
We know but no fear.
Change chilesho pa.
Shino shikunde umfo kunaka nokurwara nentito shangu kashonse shirenda shafi.
Chile moneka kwati ama levels ya vitamin C mubili na achepa.
Ata nombe fye chawe nishikuti tashani.
Kwena kwadisa koi tutati Neutral Life Orange C.
Neutral Life Orange C.
Neutral Life Orange C basista irafuirisha omubiri ku fintu ifingi. Neve fine mulera ndati mule omfa bakunakanaka. Iyi Orange C irafuirisha ko omubiri.
Oh, apa nomba na busango bwafuirisha kuli ifinde omfa.
Omubiri osoma fira kumoneka kunse. Wambira mukati nechirengo kwati wambira mukati na mule na Orange C irarengo kwati even na kunse mule moneka bwe yakula nafurisha ko nefifense mwachirandondorera ukasanga fyonse fyapwa pakuna Neutral Life Orange C
na totela sana pakumpelo bwafuirisha Neutral Life Orange C.
Neutral Life Orange C, chewable vitamin C, 500 milligram tablets, helps to boost your immunity. For more information, visit our website or call us on +260 7793 87672. Neutral Life Orange C.
Joe biscuit. Huh? Chani, what's wrong with this machine? Do you know how this machine works?
Eta, no stress, Eta. Don't worry.
Huh?
It's no surprise the whole town is going nuts about Cookie Joe Scotch shortcake biscuits. Cookie Joe, also in vanilla, lemon, and milk creams.
This is not just milk. It's Dairy Gold milk. It's farm fresh and it's delicious.
Trade Kings, improving lives.
Anyone can get lucky.
It's now time for news analysis with Akombe Chimpinde Mataka. Welcome.
Good evening, Herbert. Good evening, viewers. So, Herbert, today I'm looking at FRA being directed by the Commerce Trade Minister to release about 200,000 metric tons of maize. There's been an apparent shortage of maize and milling meal in the country. And we have had a series of briefings. I think the first one was done by the Ministry of Agriculture. And we had another briefing yesterday by the director in the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, who also alluded to the fact that FRA was on hand to release this maize to millers. And today, again, we had another briefing by the Commerce Trade Minister, almost talking about the same issue. So now, what questions people are raising is that is there enough maize stock, in the country? Or should we perhaps look at the aspect of exporting? Because we are still exporting maize, Herbert. And now the grain traders have been stopped, from buying maize at the FRA, because that has been restricted to the millers so that we have enough milling meal in the country. But it really perhaps raises questions of whether we should go on with exports of this maize, because right now we're being told that the export of maize has become very lucrative, and people are even opting to export maize as opposed to milling meal, and millers obviously are going to opt to export milling meal rather than export maize rather than wasting their production costs on milling this maize, because there's market for it. So perhaps government should look at the aspect of whether we should continue with the exports, or whether perhaps we can suspend the exports for now, just to ensure that we satisfy the demand for milling meal out there. The other issue is that perhaps the government should tell us how much maize grain we are looking at right now, because if we're going to have the minister, issue a statement directing FRA to release about 200,000 metric tons of maize, which I believe is going at 4,000 kwacha per ton. Per ton, then we are obviously getting the feedback that there isn't enough to release to both the millers and the grain traders. So how much maize are we talking about? How much maize grain do we have in the country right now? The other story I'm looking at, Herbert, is the apology by the Eastern Province Permanent Secretary, Mr. Paul Tole, who is apologizing, for the late delivery of farming inputs in the country, and also in particular his province. I think this is not the first time we are hearing an apology. We've heard an apology coming from the highest office, and that is the office of the president. We appreciate we commend him for really apologizing to the people of Eastern Province. But I think an apology is not enough for the people on the ground, because they want to see a reverse of what has happened, and we hope that the Minister of Agriculture will fulfill his promise that this year's farming input support program is going to commence on time. And we've been told that by the end of February we should be seeing adverts for bids to supply this commodity. So we just hope that there's going to be a change after, a series of apologies from the government officials, which is much appreciated. It's good that, there's been admission on the part of government. The last story is the issue of the families that have been devastated after the houses collapsed in Chongwe area, Kapwayambale in particular. Well, it's a very sad state of affairs, Herbert, and it's unfortunate that we get to experience, these problems yearly, and we seem not to be having permanent solutions to it. But the only thing that I'm seeing, which is missing, is the coordinated approach to these disasters. Of course, we have the disaster management and mitigation unit in place to handle these particular issues, but I would love to see a coordinated approach, by ministries, what we call, ministerial or kind of multi-sectorial kind of approach, where we have the Ministry of Water and Sanitation coming in when there's a disaster, to look at how how well stocked people are in terms of clean water. And we also have obviously the infrastructure ministry to look at the collapse of things like bridges and all that. So As opposed to what DMM is doing, which is commendable, I think I would love to see a coordinated approach, by various ministries, so that we just have, a situation where everything is in place for these people that have experienced these floods. And lastly, and on a sad note, really tributes have continued pouring in, for the late Felix Banda, who's most of you know him as Galamkani, his motivational speaker, known by quite a number of people. I think he inspired many people, especially the young people. Herbert, may his soul rest in peace. This is all I had for you.
Thank you. We now go to foreign news. France is recalling its ambassador to Burkina Faso a day after it announced that its military mission there was to end. The French Foreign Ministry said Luc Halad was returning for consultations on the state of relations between Paris and its former West African colony. There have been weeks of demonstrations against the French presence in Burkina Faso, whose military rulers have been seeking military assistance from Russia to help defeat an Islamist insurgency. And as we end the main news, here's another look at the headlines. FRA directed to release more maize to millers in an effort to stabilize mealie meal prices. Eastern Province Permanent Secretary apologizes to farmers in Lusangazi district for poor delivery of farming inputs. About 100 families are left devastated in Chongwe's Kapoyambale ward due to heavy rains. In global news, France recalls ambassador to Burkina Faso. We leave you with the weather update. Stay tuned.